Most mornings he get up about 4 o'clock, and sometime, because my business at the moment is about 13 kilometers away from home, and sometime he wakes up in the morning and have shower, get ready. Before 6 o'clock he's at the shop, and he walks to the shop.
79-year-old Balbir Singh Basra is a man of few words and lets his running and his son Gurdip do his talking for him. He arrived in New Zealand in 2001 to resettle with his 2 adult sons and found himself spending half his time with one son who was suffering from multiple sclerosis and the rest helping out at Gurdip's bottle store. The problem was the distance between them.
He would come with me to my business, and then he go back walking to home because he was a bit restless at the store, and without even telling us. When he first did it, we were looking for him, and about 2.5 hours later he calls us that he's at home, because back then he had no mobile phone on him. So he did that few times, and when we moved to North Shore, and over here he was doing quite a bit exercise, walking, and then I came to know some of his friends were doing a marathon. Then I encouraged him to do marathon with them as well. He never did any marathon in India. He probably never heard of a marathon. Well, I hadn't heard when I was in India, and it's only started when he came here.
Gurdip soon realised that his dad's daily runs were often far longer than marathons, and at 71, Balbir Singh Basra ran his first Auckland marathon and hasn't missed one since.
He was walking around about 50k every time he went for walk, and marathon is only 42.2 kilometers, so it was a piece of cake for him.
Gurdip and his family were surprised at how fast his dad's first marathon time was.
Actually, over there, a few people stopped him to take a photo with him. It said delayed his time actually. His finish time was 4 hours 44 minutes. And it would have been a lot quicker if he hadn't stopped for the photo shots there.
With his flowing white beard, track pants, t-shirt, well-worn running shoes and topped with a perfectly tied turban, Balbir is easily spotted all over the North Shore.
It just makes me laugh when people come up to me, when he's with me, and they say, "Is he your dad?" He says, "Oh, we've seen him at a Devonport and here, there, everywhere." Yeah, they just look at him and just laugh.
Are people surprised when they find out that he's almost 80 years old? Because he doesn't look, honestly, he does not look anywhere near 80.
Yeah, they are surprised, yeah. Yeah, they don't believe that he's 80 when they look at him. And because he's well known, and sometimes people even try to give him a lift. They thought he's just walking from one distance to other, but he just tell them that he's just exercising.
At nearly 80 years of age, Gurdip says his dad's health is excellent.
Doctor, every time he checks his pulse, he just looks at him and laughs. He said, he calls him a young man. He said he's a 21-year-old. And most people, at his age, even younger, they have knee problems. And when they ask him how he is, how his knees, he just laughs.
And marathon training doesn't stop when he travels back to India every couple of years.
Oh yes, what he does, because we are in the city, and out of city there's a few villages, and he goes for walk, and he covers about at least 6-7 villages before he comes home.
Gurdip says his father is one of the most focused and determined people he knows.
I actually own a restaurant as well. He wouldn't even have even a vegetarian meal at my restaurant. Because he's baptized. You can say in Punjabi that inane amrit shakya, that's why he won't eat it. Even if we go to any function, even a wedding reception or anything, he will have a meal at home before even he go to the party. He might have a soft drink or juice there, but nothing apart from that. When he's eating, he means no. You can't push him. You can't say another chapati. He's always been he's always focused. He knows what he wants.
Balbir has now completed 13 marathons and he's hoping to finish his 14th in under 5 hours this Sunday when he runs the Auckland Marathon for the 8th time. Can you see a point in the future where your father won't be running marathons anymore? Does he talk about stopping?
No, he never talk about stopping. Yeah, he's always marathon is actually his life. He always look for completes one marathon. He's looking forward to the next one.